Plaintiff Sylvia Irizarry and Moiset Robles say Moiset's brother and his wife, the defendants, allowed the two of them to move in. However, Sylvia claims the living environment was bad because the defendants fought constantly and smoked in front of their children. And they're suing today for unreturned property. Defendants Lysandra and David Robles say David used to be close to Moiset, but since he started dating Sylvia, all of their lives have been turned upside down. Lysandra claims Sylvia is extremely violent, and Lysandra has 7 police reports to prove it. They're countersuing for unpaid rent and property damage.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Prove your case.
This is Moises. This is my boyfriend. We've been together 3 years. That's his older brother, David, and his sister-in-law, Sandra. David was always Moises' role model. He looked up to him very much. Whatever he did, he did. What he learned, he learned. We needed a place to stay, and they offered us to stay with them around the end of 2008. When we got there, the living environment was very bad.
Why?
Not true.
There was always smoking in the house, in front of their kids. They always constantly were fighting. Yes, as a couple, we did fight.
Physical?
They physically got into fights,
Not
yes.
true.
Fight. Physically, we have discussions
We argue,
and arguments.
you fight. Difference.
We
That's the
fought.
difference.
You fought physically?
No, we fought verbally, and they took it to a whole other level. One time she came from the house. It was always on a regular basis, always coming from work, okay? One time she threw the coffee pot in the kitchen. She broke it. All the coffee flew all over the ceiling. Another time they offered to give me a ride. I forgot where I was going. She claimed the car smelled like another girl, and she would always accuse him of cheating, and she beat him with a mini wooden bat.
That's ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
You guys are
Beat him
ridiculous.
with a
Where's the proof?
wooden bat,
Where's the
okay?
proof?
And he was saying,
You
babe,
got any
stop,
proof?
don't touch
Got
me.
any-
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, you know? She was always constantly hitting him. He's a chump. That's what he
Yeah, I
is.
know he didn't cheat no more, that's for sure.
So,
It was
never heard of
her
him cheating
insecurity.
again,
She's
He's
very
never cheated
insecure,
on
and she always
He beat him with a bat.
thought that he was
That's
cheating on her.
extreme, man.
He's never cheated on
Just
me.
cuss him out.
But she's so insecure
Your Honor, I need
about
you to
it.
see the truth of this. This is false. There's no
Yeah.
proof behind it because it's
slander.
not true. However, we do have proof of what you are capable of.
Okay,
we
ma'am.
do have proof of everything that we are coming
Ma'am,
here
speak to me,
say.
she'll hear you.
We
now,
have
tell
proof
me,
of everything
give
that
me some
we're saying.
background. Before we get to the property she's suing for and the rent you're countersuing for, you want to give me some background and respond to some of these allegations
Yes,
she
of
made
course,
about
of
living
course.
with you all?
Of course, Your Honor. I thoroughly agree. Moises, David, inseparable. When I met David, was the same way with me and Moises, inseparable. That's my little brother, and still to this day, he's the little brother that I never had. And I love him to death. But since he met this crazy girl, everything has changed. Our whole world
Like what?
has changed. Our whole family's world. Everything has come crashing down.
Why? What did she
She's
do?
very violent. Your Honor, I have 7 different police
Nothing in
reports
comparison.
ranging.
You have a police report
I have 7
Let's see
different
that.
police reports.
I got it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
Here-
like
here
the
you are,
baseball bats too much to become too close to
I'm
me.
sorry, here.
Take a
I'm
swing
sorry.
at me.
It does make me upset. I'm sorry, it does make me upset to hear those lies coming out of her mouth. My
Lies?
husband's never
All
cheated
her-
on me.
her
I've
mouth.
yeah,
never
you're
hit
the one
my
that was
husband.
locked up,
We
right?
argue
I don't
as
believe
a
he's
couple,
ever
like
cheated,
a married
but
couple does. I
according
mean, if
to
I can
her,
talk to you,
watching
you just ask me a
pornography.
question.
Quiet.
I'm not sure.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Me and my husband, we argue. Yes, like every married couple does. There's a difference between arguing and fighting.
Yeah.
There's a difference between doing what they did when they came into our house.
And what
and
is
what
that?
was that?
What were they
They
doing?
moved in at the end of 2008. 2 weeks into moving in with us. Knives being thrown across the attic at the wall. Everything came off the wall. An entire Wii console, Nintendo Wii, got thrown across the attic.
You think this was
That's a
while they
lie.
were fighting?
No, while they were fighting. This was every single day, 3, 4 in the morning, fighting. When
That's
I had
the
to
damage
get up
you're
in the
suing
morning.
for, the property damage?
Yes,
Yeah, pictures
also
of all the
we
damage.
have
All right, before we
pictures
get
of
to your
everything.
counterclaim, they have to have the opportunity to prove their claim first. Go ahead.
Well, my girlfriend was only living there with me for a month, and then she moved out. I stayed there till March. Even though we did fight there, they physically fought there, even though they will deny it, of course.
Not true.
I won't deny that we fought. You know, and I'll tell you that I've walked downstairs and I've seen her beating him,
Not true.
saying he's a dirty guy,
Not true.
cheating on
Not
her,
true. That's
and
why
that she has
that's why
proof.
we're
Shit,
married and
man.
still together.
She knows that he cheated. That's what she
All
said.
right.
She knows.
All right, I got the point.
moved
She
out.
beat him with a bat, and she beat you with a bat. Now let's move on.
Security. Insecurity. So
Go ahead.
I moved out in March, and on my birthday, June 14, I received a call from her for asking for the dining room table that we had in their basement. And I told her that I would not, I cannot authorize for her to have that table. That is Sylvia, she solely paid for it, and that, I couldn't just give her the table. It's never been open. And she hypocritically said, oh, I didn't know it's never been open.
What
if
else,
I
sir?
did.
What other items?
Other items, well, I got a breakdown of the items.
And I guess I need you to jump to the point where they obviously prohibited you from getting these
Okay,
items.
so
There is clothing, shoes, household items, TV, movies, DVDs.
June 14, when I received that call, that when she hypocritically said,
June 14th, what was said regarding your things?
my brother called me back after we hung up, and she said, first of all, happy birthday. Second of all, my wife's about ready to throw out your things. And I said, well, I can't come get my things right now. I have no way to get them, no place to take them. And he basically agreed and said, when you can get your things, you can come get them. On October 1st, I went over there with intention to get some of my things, pack my whole car, as much of my things as possible. So I went there and I said, I'm here to get my things. And they said, what things? David said. And I said, my things. And he said, well, your things are gone. She came out, got in my face, and said, you denied your niece and nephew. And I said, what do you mean? And according to her, they only wanted the dining room table on my birthday because social services was coming and they wanted to make the house presentable. And I guess when they were fighting, they broke a piece of their glass table,
Not
so
true,
it
Your
was
Honor.
not presentable.
So what was the full story regarding your items? What
So
did
they
tell
said
you?
they threw them all out. And she said, I had fun destroying your dining room table. She said, I had fun destroying it in my alley. She said that
Do you believe she did it because what?
because I denied her giving it to her.
Oh, okay,
The table.
because
On my
you
birthday.
refused to give it to her.
Yes.
She was keeping it.
Yes, even though
She
we spoke on my
expected
birthday.
you to give her your clothes?
No, the dining room table only.
What about the clothes and the other household items and the
Well,
television?
they wouldn't allow me to come inside and see
I know.
what was
What
left.
reason did she give?
Because we didn't give him the dining room table. David said we
Because
just
you
needed the
didn't
table.
because you didn't let them have
She got mad.
your dining room table.
Yes.
They got mad and destroyed
Yes.
everything that you had
That's
there.
what
They said they threw out my things,
purposely
but she said she purposely
All
destroyed my
over,
table.
all because you wouldn't give them your
Yes.
dining room
Doesn't make
table.
It was
sense.
never
It's a lie.
open.
You all tell me your side about the property.
Your Honor, in June, I did give a Moises a call and said, can I borrow the table? My husband actually hosed our dining room table, the glass part, down because it had something stuck
Go ahead.
onto
You
it.
asked, could you borrow it?
Right. The reason I needed to borrow it was because the corner was chipped. He had taken it to
That's
hold
not
it down
really
and he broke
important,
it.
ma'am. You
well,
asked
he
to
said
borrow
that
it.
we broke it during fighting. We don't fight. We argue. There's a difference.
You fight.
However, there is. Seriously,
guys
there's a
Was
difference.
the dining room table damaged?
No, it
No, we
was
still
not.
have it in the box.
In the
All
box,
right.
and it's at home.
We told him he can't get it till he
They
pays his
wouldn't
rent.
let us bring it all the way down here because of the
Nice.
bulkiness of
So
it.
the reason
We have a
you
picture of it.
prohibited them from getting their property, sir, is because they hadn't paid rent?
Right.
Right.
All right.
And the damage.
And
is-
I
it's
had
been
something
9
to say.
months. I told him to come
Okay.
get his stuff plenty
A
of
long
times
time
in my
ago.
house, and he doesn't come. He
You
doesn't-
just
No.
said you
That is a
weren't
lie.
giving it to him. Now you're saying you keep telling them to come and get it.
Well, we told him on
No,
June.
that's before.
When I gave him the phone call, my husband did call him back and tell
Where are
him.
their things now? Did you destroy them as they
They're
said?
here,
They
Your Honor.
destroyed us.
They're here. They're all here.
there. We got-
Everything
And our
is here.
We
DVDs.
got a
Do you
picture
see
of
a
the table.
Everything is
television
DVDs are
down
right
there?
here.
Everything is here.
All of them are right here.
Well,
we didn't
I
touch
have-
none of their stuff. They
Your
left
Honor,
everything
How
in the
about the
attic.
television,
Your Honor, I
ma'am?
have 3 statements.
How about the television?
The plasma TV that
Broken
she put a
television?
knife through.
LCD.
I didn't put a knife through no
I have
TV.
Was it
statements.
broken, ma'am?
I
It
have-
was cracked.
All right. Do you want your DVDs and other items back or
You know,
not?
They
the
probably
audacity.
fixed
You know,
everything.
it's funny because when
Do
she,
you want them back or not?
if they're in the condition that I left them,
Do you want those or cash?
Cash.
I'd rather have the value of them because I
Very
know.
good. Your counterclaim, rent, and property damage. How do they owe you all?
When they moved in 2 weeks into them moving in, they damaged all the walls in my son's room. That is the attic room.
Quiet.
I have pictures of it all. I also have an
see.
estimate here.
Pictures, please.
Right, and they, while taking a shower together one night around 12 a.m., they started arguing inside of my bathroom.
Never.
And started fighting and broke down some of the tiles that were behind
What
the...
unpaid rent?
There's $900 worth of unpaid rent, November, December, and January. It was $150 per person per month. And per the verbal agreement that we still
Did
have
they
now
ever
to
pay
this
any
day,
rent?
They never paid anything.
There was no verbal agreement, and we did not move in November. We moved
Again,
in December
I have
15, and
statements.
she moved
How
out
long
in
did
1
you all
month.
live there?
I
She
lived there 1 month.
And
How
she
about
has
you?
proof.
How about you?
I stayed until March. I stayed there 3 months from
true.
December
She
15
Okay,
to March
so
15.
did you pay
She's got
anything?
proof.
Did you pay anything?
There was no agreement to pay anything.
I
We're
know
family.
it may not. You say it wasn't. Did you pay anything?
No.
No, we
Why?
just-
Because we took care of ourselves. They said we could
Yeah,
stay
but
there
you
for free.
living under that roof.
Yes.
Did
Didn't
you
have
work?
a job. No,
Did
they
either
went
one
there,
of you
electricity,
work?
I wasn't working at the time. I was donating plasma so I
During
could
the
eat.
3 months that you lived there, were you working?
I wasn't
No,
working.
looking.
I was looking for a job.
And you weren't working
I
either?
left in a month. When I did left,
How
I
did
found
you
a job.
intend for them to pay if they weren't
didn't
working?
agree.
He was working when they started.
No, I was not.
No,
We gave you rides to and from work. You
Where
and
was
your
he
girlfriend.
working,
No,
ma'am?
you didn't.
They were working on 13th and Rawson.
What company?
I wasn't even working
It's
at
a
Ross.
printing
not
company
working
of
there.
some sort.
Printing
It's a company.
company.
It's
You
a
never
factory.
worked at a printing
I
company?
did, but I haven't worked there in over.
They
a
say
bunch
they
of
were
years.
dropping you off, so you were working there then.
No, that's a lie.
for
That's a
sure.
flat out lie. I was not working there.
I don't believe you. I believe you were. I believe when they say they were giving
gave
you
me
a
a ride
ride, they
after we
were.
moved
I
out to
believe
a
all
different
these
company.
police reports they made regarding you getting into physical altercations. I don't believe they just
their
lied to the
house?
police to do that. I believe you all were
What are the
violent.
dates?
I
'Cause
believe
we
you
weren't.
caused the damage, and I believe you agreed to pay them rent.
This is actually a statement from Moises's mother. She actually was in the hospital for a week. She had nervous breakdown because after they lived with us, they moved to her house and she left knives on her bed threatening my mother.
Freeze.
Police report.
That
My
is
mom is
Your Honor, I
senile.
need you to see through to the truth of this. That me and my husband,
My
I'm
mom's
sorry,
not senile.
are
Yes,
not
she is.
violent at all.
That's
We
ridiculous.
don't.
$1,240 for the property damage and the unpaid rent, which I believe you all are entitled to, and $2,053 for all of your property that they prohibited you from getting. He admits that they prohibited you from getting your property because you didn't pay rent. That isn't the way you handle that. That's taking the law into your own hands. You sue them for rent. That's what you do, not withhold their property. A lot of people think they can do that and they can't. That's against
Usually
the law.
family doesn't sue each
Therefore,
other.
you're left with 813. That's your judgment. You get to keep the property now, the porno videos, everything. Have a good day.
I got a brand new table still in the box.
You can shove it. Because you guys are some liars.
Baby.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and then you talk about me being violent.
Yeah, because you are.
You just
And
waited,
know
you just waited for
totally
Judge
are.
Mathis to be out of his court.
I'm telling the truth. You know it.
He's working
I'm telling
out.
you
Yeah,
the truth
yeah,
and you
right.
know it.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
telling the truth.
Yeah, your
and you
That's why
know
we
it.
got a brand new table still in the box.
Right, that's going to your
I got a
mom.
brand- and I got a new TV.
Right?
I can tell you
That's
TV.
what you're
And I'm gonna get that
doing,
table to your
right?
senile mother.
All of this is going to your mom.
That table to your mom.
You did
He
it.
deserves all this and more.
My mom's got a new table. Thank you, brother.